from what I've heard, the government enjoys working with Hawke's Bay because the mayors have come together and work as a team together. Do you think, though, the relationship is a bit one-sided in terms of it's the government telling local government what they can and can't do, especially with water?
I think that it's important that we all work together as central government and local government. But of course, we need to make sure we're focusing on the key things for our region that people expect their rates to be paid for. And I think our government sent a very clear message to councils recently that, they want them focusing on the core assets, the core rubbish collection, the core roading, all of the things that councils should be doing, and of course water infrastructure, and not looking at the nice to haves and the pet projects and taking your eye off the ball. I mean, us as a central government, we're fiscally managing our economy. We've had to make some really big decisions in terms of tightening the belts, and we obviously expect that from local government as well. And so, but at the end of the day, as local leaders here in the region, we are all focused on delivering the best outcomes for Hawke's Bay, for our economy and for our families. And that, of course, includes housing and infrastructure as well, which is really, really important. So I think it's really about working together as a team. I think Hawke's Bay is really aligned. I think that Katie Nimmin and myself, as the two local MPs, are working closely with our local councils as well to ensure that we can deliver for Hawke's Bay.
Because the thing is that many, in fact, probably all the mayors that I've spoken to have said that the system of local government is broken. They cannot see it being sustainable to keep 20-25% rate rises and that. And obviously, cyclone has had an effect on that. But they are suggesting that maybe government should be paying more towards how local government is funded. What say you about that?
I think that local government also needs to focus on the core issues of infrastructure, water delivery, rubbish collection, and all of the things that they are there to be doing. And, it's nice to have big flash museums and flash convention centres and all of those things, but not if you can't afford it. And so I think we need to be fiscally managing both the local government books and the central government books. And our Prime Minister made that very, very loud and clear at the local government conference this year, that we want to see local government focusing on the core issues and not the pet projects and the nice to haves. And at the end of the day, that's what the ratepayers expect as well.
If you look at Wairau and Central Hawke's Bay, they're quite, or especially Central Hawke's Bay, a large electorate with, large district with not many ratepayers in them. And they've both been hit quite badly by the cyclone. There are no real nice to haves that they're focusing on, those two councils. Is it sustainable for them to just keep raising their rates?
They need to be looking at ways that they can sustain those rates. And I think I have regular contact with the Mayor, Central Hawke's Bay Mayor. And yes, I understand that there's obviously regions that still have a big agenda when it comes to roading and delivery. And of course, they're not as populated sometimes as the other areas. And obviously that rate take is not as large. And so that can be more challenging. But it's up to those local councils to obviously manage that asset delivery.
And so you do not see a situation where the government pays more towards local government?
At this point, there's been no announcements from central government, but we obviously keep in close contact with our local mayors and our local councils. I have regular catch-ups with both the Mayor of Hastings, Sandra Hazelhurst, and the Central Hawke's Bay Mayor as well, Alex, and we're continually talking about our region and what we can do for our region in the areas of roading, housing, education, and it's really important that we work together as local leaders to ensure that we're delivering from both the central government point of view and a local government point of view. And where there's partnerships that we can have, and we've seen some fantastic partnerships this year in some of the housing developments in Flaxmere, where the Crown obviously contributed funding towards those developments there to ensure that we have warm, safe, healthy housing in Flaxmere is also really important. So where the Crown can get involved, we will, but of course it's up to the local government to ensure that they are managing their finances and delivering as they should.